February, the month of Valentine's Day, and where couples shower each other with affectionate love, with chocolates, fancy dinners, jewelry, and sometimes murder. 6 friends, Lily Shevers, Samantha Price, Elliot Blackwood, Clive Graves, and the twins, Victoria and Max Riley, met for coffee every morning. Elliot was one of the baristas at the coffee shop, and would always have everyone's lattes ready to drink before all the friends usually got there. But that morning, when the friends all arrived at the coffee shop, they weren't met with their usual pleasant experience, but instead were stricken by the sight of crime scene tape surrounding the shop, with police and detectives everywhere. In a frantic state, Lily rushed past the crime scene tape barricade, only to be stopped by one of the detectives at the scene. Tersely, the detective informed Lily to stay back, and that this was an active crime scene. Lily told the detective her name, and that she and her friends know someone that works at the coffee shop. His name is Elliot, and asked if he was okay. The detective paused for a moment, before informing her that Elliot was murdered. Immediately, the detective asked her for her name one more time. Lily Shevers. This sent a chill down the spine of the detective, since they found a Valentine's Day card next to the cutout heart of Elliot that read, "To Lily, where the heart dies." Every one of the friends were brought in for questioning, all being asked the same questions. Where were you between the hours of 5 a.m. and 6 a.m.? Did Elliot or anyone in the group of friends have any enemies? Did they have any idea who might have done this? All friends giving the same response. They truly had no idea. But, deep down, they all knew, bound by secrecy to never speak about what they committed together 1 year prior. There's this man who Victoria started dating. Having a very taboo relationship, she was a wild one. She was into exotic and adult kinks, frequently visiting BDSM clubs and other private adult after-parties. This was where she met a man. They became obsessed with each other, always pushing the limits of each other's threshold of pleasure. A few months passed when Victoria became concerned for her life. Finally, Victoria decided to tell her friends and brother about this man and her relationship details, how it started out with fetishes. And then, last Valentine's Day, he brought her to a red room, which is a room where people record torturing and murdering someone, all live-streamed in a red illuminated room. Upon bringing her there, he presented Victoria a stranger from one of the BDSM clubs they would visit. He was bound and strapped down to a surgical table. He then requested that Victoria pleasure herself while he cut the heart out of the stranger he seduced from the club. When she refused, her lover calmly warned her that even though he loved and desired her flesh, that he would cut her heart out if she refused. She gave into what he asked of her, pleasuring herself while she watched the morbid debauchery unfold in front of her eyes. After telling her friends and brother this, they told Victoria to set up a meeting with him, planning to confront him and take matters into their own hands. The time and place was set, and when the man showed up thinking he was meeting Victoria, he was accosted by all of the friends, each striking him with blunt objects, with a fatal blow coming from Max. They killed him. In a shock and panic-filled hysteria, the friends dumped the body, making a vow that day to never speak of what happened again. Shortly after, the friends were interviewed in regards to Elliot's murder. Clive was found at the Riverwalk, his body cold and eyes frozen open with fear, chest gaping open with his heart cut out, and placed next to him was a Valentine's Day card that read, "Be mine." The next day, Victoria was found at an abandoned storage warehouse, in a red room, bound to a lab table, her heart cut out with another cynical Valentine's Day card that read, "Promises." By this time, friends and police knew no one was safe. News spread quickly, and it wasn't long until the media dubbed the name the Pleasure Killer, a killer the friends all knew. It became evident that these killings weren't just senseless acts, but were fueled by revenge, macabre kinks, and a stored dark desire for flesh. It wasn't long until the killer struck again, each kill becoming more brutal than the last. Samantha and Max were both found with their throats slit, hearts cut out and placed in their hands, with another Valentine's Day card that read, "Till death do us part." Lily was the last victim found on Valentine's Day. She was floating in her bathtub, both wrists sliced up the arm, her heart still intact and not removed like the rest of her friends. Instead, she was left floating in a bloody tub with a Valentine's Day card and a photo of Lily with a masked man. The message written on the card read, "My secret admirer," leaving detectives and police with more questions than answers. The killer nor the man in the photo was never identified.